My name's Rachel Lloyd and we're at Homestead Nursery in Gresford, Wrexham. At Homestead we don't make any distinction between children with additional learning needs, as we believe that every child is unique, so we cater for all our children's individual needs. We use our environment to teach our children because we say that we're wedi'u inspired, and the inspiration that we take from wedi'u is that our environment is our third teacher. Wedi'u Amelia Schools believes that children have 100 languages, and we see that on a daily basis, so we are always offering children different media and different materials to explore because they express themselves in lots of different ways. So obviously children with emerging additional needs would be able to express themselves in exactly the same way as any child without those additional needs. We use Makaton to support children's communication, so as soon as they start with us in nursery they're exposed to Makaton even as teeny tiny babies, and that includes all of the children, and then they build on that as they go through the rooms. So they have a bank of gestures that they're able to use to communicate their needs, which obviously supports all of our children. We use lots of loose parts and open-ended resources because that develops skills at a child's specific stage, but because they are open-ended, children can obviously explore in their own way. We offer lots and lots of sensory resources, so we're always using different textures, different materials. We try to stimulate all of the children's senses, so we have sound invitations, various light invitations. We use lots of light resources, which again is another wedi'u inspiration, and that includes all of the children, including those children with additional needs. So the resources that we offer are another form of their communication. So as well as using Makaton and trying to develop children's expressive language by different activities and invitations that we might use with staff, we also set our resources and our environment to encourage children to communicate in different ways. That means that we're always carefully planning our environment, changing our environment according to the children, changing our spaces, and we use our indoor and outdoor space. We do work with outside agencies, so we work with speech and language. We use Makaton obviously to support children who don't have expressive language throughout nursery, but we also use an ICANN speech programme, and that's from babies right the way through, again to develop their communication skills. And we often have programmes that speech and language practitioners might deliver with us, and we would work towards any targets that they set within our nursery environment. As part of our planning process, which we do every fortnight, room managers and team, we regularly review our environment, and we also review our children. So as part of that lines of inquiry meeting, we'll speak about all the children in the space, how they're accessing that space, if we're identifying any additional needs that any of the children might have, including speech and language, and then we'd make tweaks within our environment to support these children, but that's on a regular fortnightly basis. All our staff are Solihull approach trained, which focuses on staff putting themselves into children's shoes, and they ask 3 key questions, which is what is the age and stage of that child, have there been any changes, and how well can they communicate their needs. So for example, if a child was showing a specific behaviour, whether that was they were being upset or whatever it might be, that we ask those questions to try and understand a little bit more about that behaviour so we can then support the child. Obviously some of the children don't have communication at that stage, and the Solihull approach supports all of our children regardless of additional need.